Hello and welcome. We're here, about to jump into the generations ship. I just need to send out a couple of things and we're ready to go. Here we are. Okay. Welcome everyone. Hi Xavier. Nice to see you. Glad you're here. We're about to jump in here to the generation ship. Just gotta come in. Distance not too far away. I was here last night just scoping it out, and it's pretty cool. Just so you guys know, there will be some spoilers coming up. So if you don't want to see that, if you don't want to see the data logs, might as well switch off now, because here we go. Hopefully it's smooth sailing in here. Alright, here we are. This is it. It's really freaking dark here. Who do you got? Got somebody over here in a dolphin. Alright. Turn our lights on. There it is. Coming in closer. This looks like where everybody lived. It's in past tense because I hear everybody here is dead. It's a derelict ship. No more. Which is too bad. You know, I wonder though, if we had space legs, if we go in here and just like look at what they had around, you know? Look at what kind of toys they had. What sort of stuff, what kind of art did they make out here, you know, out in the depths of space. I say depths of space, but this is only about 50 light years away from Sol. There's a big giant fan here. Was this a giant solar panel, or was this their like shield from oh, maybe it was a shield, so that way they don't run into comets or whatnot. Who knows? We may never know. There's a dolphin over here. Hey, excuse me. It's a data scanner. So yeah. So when you come here, there's about 5 of these here. These ship log uplinks. I didn't know how to use it. I was trying to use my discovery scanner to like scan them like a freaking noob. But there's this data leak scanner that we have. So you need to go ahead and put that in the fire group. And you walk up to it. You need to get in range here. Right about here. And it starts doing it. It's gonna. There we go. I honk because I have that connected still. Don't need that. Then, anyways, it comes up into your thing up here, and you get to read all of these. We'll go over these in just a moment. First, let's just look at the ship here. Let's look at the ship here. So it's really freaking dark out here. We're about 22 light seconds away from or 30 light seconds away from the star in the system. Let's see here. Looking at the comments. Yeah, Commander DK says he looked in the files and there's at least 10 of these somewhere else. That's pretty exciting. Now this was found by, let's see here, a commander named Job. No. Commander Lexic and EfilOne. They found this yesterday. They followed a source from, I'd say, they said from somewhere there was a source, and I just mesmerized by this. Just looking at this really freaking long ship. These boosters back here look like old space shuttle boosters. Let's get in there. Anyways, they found the signal source, and in it there was like this cryptic message, and they solved what it said, and it led them to this system here. Show you where we are. We're in this system here. Ala Unus, however you pronounce it. I don't know. I'm not from here. Then you go there. And you go to the 10th planet, which is the last planet, right? You go there, you get your butt all the way over there. It's already 10 light seconds, or almost 9 light seconds away. You get there, and you point at another system. Where is it? Point at another system. Let me just bring up where it is. Bringing up the. It's in Reddit. There's a Reddit article in the description. And that'll give you all what you need to know about how to get here. So if you want to head over here right now and join us, feel free. So, okay, you get to A La Unas, and then you head over to the 10th planet, and then in your nav panel, you target the system here. You don't go to it, you just target it. Because it looks like this was the system that they were going towards before everything went tits up. Here we go, this system here. And you just point to it. Let's see here. Just select it like that. And it'll come up in your thing, see? And it looks like they're pointing straight out of that. And so you fly in that direction for about 22 light seconds. Not 22 light seconds, 22,000 light seconds. And it sounds like it's quite a journey, but really it's not. As soon as you get away from the gravity of all the planets and the stars from the system we jumped into, you start revving up really fast. So you get there in no time, it seems. But in any case, let's take a look around here. Data Rebel says, or Alanas. Mr. Und, and I need a pronunciation key for your name too. More like Ala Onus. Ala Onos. More like Onos. Wing. Olive, you're already here. You don't need a wing. The wing is for if you want to join us and you're not in the same instance as us. Go ahead and ask for a wing and we'll pull you in. Alright, Olive, I think you're here already, buddy. Let's see who else is here. Taggart. I've seen you before. Long ago. So, a little background on the generation ships in case some of you guys don't know. Generation ships were launched like over 1,000 years ago. The first one in 2097, I think. And they continued sending them out for about a couple more decades. And this was before faster than light travel. This was before, you know, we could like just warp into wherever the hell we wanted to go. And so they went out at normal space speed. I don't know exactly what speed. Maybe somebody in the comments know. But this was a one-way trip. These guys were called generation ships because this was supposed to support a crew that was going to be in this ship for several generations. Hundreds of years probably, till they got to their destination. Now their destinations were a close guarded secret because the corporations that sent them out on these expeditions didn't want people messing with them. They didn't want people being like, oh, I'm gonna go, I don't know, rob all of their Twix from these containers. Look at these containers, like old cargo containers you put on like flatbed trucks. I wonder if I can fit in here. I'm stuck on something. Am I stuck on something? Yeah. And so they went out, and some of them made it. Some of them made up to whatever destination that they were going to. There's a couple systems out there that their history is stems back to these generation ships. But there's a lot that didn't. And this, spoiler, did not make it to the destination. Many reasons. Could have been that they had a system malfunction. Maybe they had a mutiny. Maybe everybody went, so you know, space madness. I don't know. In this case, it looks like, judging by the judging by what it says over here, contingent. There's some kind of disease. And we're gonna look at that in just a sec. Does anyone know where plug 5 is? Yeah. So the different data links, there are about 5 of them. They start at the front over here where the big old shield is, and it stems all the way down this way to about the engines here. And you'll be able to see it. See it in your sensors. See, there's one right in front of me. Oh no, that's just the ship itself. There's a contact. You can go in your contacts and you can see where they are. So like if I go to, we also saw the one that was in the front. So if we start going towards this way, you can see that there's one in front of me on the sensors. There we go. And if you don't even see that, if you're having a hard time seeing that, because let's say there's a whole bunch of like signals, like people jumping in and out. There's these ship log uplinks, and you find them that way too. Now, all these ship log uplinks, only one has like a bunch of noise. And it'd be really interesting to see what that noise is about. I don't know if this noise is found in other parts of the game, but it seemed quite unique to me. If you take a little bit of a listen here. Oh, it just sounds like signals. Maybe this was like the communication beacon part of it. It looks reinforced. Like it looks like it has like reinforced concrete here. It looks like, you know, a citadel at Verdun. And so maybe this was supposed to be on this side of the ship, doing sensor scanning or what have you as you're going towards your next star system. Cood needs a wing beacon. Well, we need some folks to jump out a wing beacon here. So as soon as people get here, like Xavier, if I don't know if you are in charge of kicking people out of wing, but if people aren't going out of wing once they get here, go ahead and boot them out so we can get more people to join the instance. I'd like everybody to say hi and whatnot. Hi. Yes, I have pack hounds. I don't plan to use them. They're just deployed because I don't have the time to separate them from my firing group over here. In any case, I don't remember what I was talking about. But here, please help yourselves to ship logs. More we know, let's continue the better. All right, but we'll continue. Let's see here. All right, let's go. Let's get into it, guys. Let's get into the ship logs here. Now they're voice acted, so that's really nice because I, for one, am not a fan of reading things. So it's really nice that we got that going for us. All right, so let's start with the first one over here. Again, if you haven't come here, if you want to see this for yourself, go ahead and switch off for now for the next I don't know how many minutes, or put this on mute, and because we're gonna go through these. We're gonna see what happens to these guys. Here we go.
Precision's log 2379/2. Nothing out of the ordinary to report. Minor injuries, aches, and pains from the more vulnerable crew members, and the usual bout of influenza you'd expect with so many people living in such close confines. It seems the current strain of influenza is becoming resistant to the vaccines we've developed on board. Only thing of note was a minor injury to one of the survey team. Gottlieb sustained a minor laceration. He was taking a mineral sample on a nearby asteroid. The suit got braids, but he managed to apply an emergency seal before anything serious happened. I only hope the sample he took was worth the scar it's gonna leave.
Well, well, well. Looks like somebody did a bonehead move and got himself caught up on something. All right, let's listen to the other one. Forgot plural. I got my pack hounds. I'm afraid to like hit the trigger button. Here we go.
Decisions log 2387/8. We have an emergency. The strain of influenza infecting the ship has become completely resistant to any vaccines or treatment we can find. 13% of the ship's population has now succumbed to the infection, and so far 8 have died. I've initiated emergency measures on quarantining the infected. The epidemiologist, Dr. Monroe, is working around the clock to find a solution. I'm sure she'll come up with a cure before long.
Kind of a typical story of of like, hey, there seems to be something wrong here. You know, not so bad now, but a lot of people sure are coughing. And then it just gets worse, I'm sure. All right, let's go to the third one.
Decisions log 2463/5. Dr. Monroe made a discovery that has filled me with dread. This contagion doesn't derive from the influenza epidemic. It's altogether more alien than that.
Dun dun dun.
The contaminant has no human origin. It comes from Gottlieb, the scientist who was injured a few days ago. Whatever mineral he was taking a sample of must have got into his blood. It's mutated into some kind of virulent pathogen. Monroe is unable to isolate the microorganism that's causing it. It spreads fast. Quarantine hasn't worked and people are starting to panic. We're doing our best to come up with a counteragent, but I'm not sure we have the resources.
Well, well, well. So that's it right there. Mr. Bonehead over there, who ripped his pants on a space rock, got some space Ebola and infected everybody else. Having said that, I looked at the system. I'm trying to find this where he must have done this, but there's no asteroid belt here. So I'm wondering, where did this happen? Can this be found? He was mining some kind of mineral. Like, is this something that we're gonna be able to find in game now? Is this something that we need to be careful of? Like, is this a warning from like the past of like, be aware of of rocks, you know, harboring gifts, you know, whatever. Uh, some kind of alien virus or whatnot. Thargoid, I don't know. I mean, there could be a bunch of stuff that's out there that's it doesn't have to be Thargoid related. It could just be bad alien stuff, doesn't it? Let's go ahead to which one did we do? Did we do 4 or 5? Who knows? Let me see. Guess we did 3.
Precision's log 2499/9. We are lost. Monroe died 2 days ago, and any chance we had of finding a cure for this epidemic died with her. Half the ship's population is already dead, and 98% of those remaining are infected. Teams are working round the clock to vent the bodies into space, but they're piling up so quickly. The riots haven't helped. People are panicking, angry, don't know what to do. When you see your family die, I guess you just get desperate. I don't know what to do. Suppose I should do my job, but it's no use. At least I've avoided an infection. For now.
Well. Oh, hey, welcome, Elite Dangerous. I don't know if that's actually you or somebody just calling themselves Elite Dangerous, but yes, it is a dangerous galaxy after all, isn't it? So, it's interesting. In the background of that last recording, you can hear people yelling and screaming. I wonder if we can go into that and hear anything else. If we can, like, you know, like enhance audio and hear anything else that might give a clue to anything else that might be going on. Who knows? But anyways, let's go on to the last one here, and I swear we'll go on. We'll go on with this. But this is a bit chilling.
Decisions log 2501/7. I knew I wasn't going to avoid contracting this thing forever. I'm one of the last. This place is so quiet now. Used to teem with life, and now there's just silence along the empty corridors. I should probably go for one last walk. While I still can.
Well, there you go. Zoe, you just missed it. But, yeah. So he was one of the last guys. Be interesting to see if, I was kind of hoping towards the end there that, if there was any sort of, like, those who developed a resistance to whatever was happening. And, then it was like, oh, we're still here sort of message. But no, it looks like... And then again, we don't hear him actually dying. You know, I mean, we assume he's dying, but he's one of the last. But why did he last for so long? Those are the questions I have. He goes out for a walk, and we just don't hear back from him again. And just like in Hollywood movies, no one's dead unless you see them die on screen. So, who knows? Maybe he's gone. Maybe he's still there. Just, you know, tapping on the the walls, being like, "Save me or kill me," sort of thing. I don't know. Maybe we just have to listen closer. I don't know. Let's see. Somebody's internet crashed. Hopefully it wasn't mine. Okay, no, it's not mine. There we go. Yeah, so a lot of these did not make it. This is the story of this one. This is the end story of this guy. How many generations of adventures these guys must have had? Don't know. All those stories are probably locked away inside. We'll have to wait till we can board these things one day in the future to know for sure. Because it'd be pretty neat to see what sort of artifacts like this culture made. Because after a few generations, you kind of become your own microcosm of a society and culture. What kind of new words they came up with, what kind of new discoveries, who knows? They've been hacking away at asteroids, so maybe they made some new discoveries. Maybe they found some new alloys or whatnot, and they're using them on the ship. Maybe some of these made them a bit more susceptible to pathogens and lowered their immune system, and as soon as they ran into something foreign, that was it. Done. But yeah, it is a dangerous galaxy out there. And they ran into something that proved a bit too dangerous. But here we are. It's a beautiful ship. Man. What I wouldn't give to like rev this thing back up and like take it somewhere. Having said that, it would take forever for it to get it somewhere else. And I wonder if you got it close enough to a planet, if it would just be bent apart because it's so long. Now, some of these landed on planets, not landed, these things, but like people, once they reached the destinations they were going to and the solar systems they were headed out towards, lore has it that they landed. I doubt they landed in this giant ship doing like a freaking SpaceX type landing on the ground. I think they have like little shuttles inside, and they launched those guys out. So I wonder if there's any sort of like what would look like a shuttle bay, and if there's ancient ships on board. I don't know. I'm just curious about that. These look like access panels, from like EVA access panels here. That too. Don't know. This looks like it's swung open. See the little hinge over there? Hinge there, and it's like a little door, and like maybe it pops up, swings out, and goes back in. For some EVA stuff. Maybe that's a shuttle bay. I don't know. Ship log uplink. And then this over here, what is this? Is this like a crane? A sky crane? Because it looks like it's telescopic here. That goes in and out. Maybe this is a cargo hatch area where they bring stuff in and they put it into the engines of the service stuff. Again, it's all speculation. It's kind of cool just to like look at the ship and try to reverse engineer like what did they do? How did they do? Why they do? Fuel things here, or maybe this is just like their distillery. Maybe this is just one giant distillery. Like after a while, there's like screw exploring space. Let's make some beer. And that's what Commander Gottlieb was after. He was like, you know what? This mineral over here is gonna, forget hops. I'm gonna put some pathogens into this brew and call it Death Brew. And that's what he was after. We don't know. Again, we only have the perspective of one of the physicians. It must have been really sad seeing everybody drop off like that, considering you've spent like I don't know how long these guys have been out there, how many generations in it they were, but you have stories from your grandfathers or your fathers, great grandfathers of exploring, of setting out on this new mission of like going to space and being really freaking excited, and you share that sort of pedigree with like Xavier's gonna get boned in there. You share that pedigree with those behind you, and then it's all going to crap because one person did something, and like the amount of guilt you must feel, like, oh no, I've screwed everybody, everyone's dying and it's all my fault. And meanwhile everybody is dying and saying, oh no, we failed our fathers and forefathers. I mean, that's got to be a lot of guilt to carry in those final moments in his giant passenger ships. Space laboratory. Hey, how about we do this? I wonder, it's a long shot, but I wonder if we can see what used to be in these containers. If we do a bit of camera archaeology here. I need some light. Hey, can somebody get in here? Interstellar logistics. Let's see if we can find any loose cargo or whatnot. If anybody's in stream, can give me a light here. That'd be much appreciated. Or see if all these things are pretty much the same cargo container over and over. Space Lanes cargo. It's a little bit of a name here. Do they all have the same serial number or whatever? Yeah, they do. Now, not to blame Frontier for anything on this. I mean, it'd be quite the task to try to Zoe. Oh shit. Oh, sorry for cursing. Hold on. Okay, yeah. Oops. Hold on. Zoe, I'm turning this off. I had it on. So if there's some hot fuzz coming in, Zoe, you might have to take off and come back in. Um, just so you know, you're red to me, only because you might have bumped into me or something. Who knows? But hopefully, space cops won't come over here and ruin our magic moment we're having here. Hello, Zintha Rahan. I'll try bumbling. You reverse. 100%. But anyways, hey guys, hey Alan, hey everyone. Yeah, so I'm curious. I'm very curious now on the whole asteroid. Where is this asteroid that they were doing it? And also, if anybody of you guys know, if you guys can tell me, the log thing, 2379-2, right? And then the last one is 2501-7. How does that work, dating wise? Like, that's obviously not the year. So, if anybody knows how far apart these messages are, if anybody knows if the logs give any clues to that, that'd be kind of cool to know. Hey, Fluber's on his way. Now, also, having said that, hey, Rehope, good old friend of the stream. All right. Now, there's no asteroid belt here, but there are. If you look back towards Sol, let's see here. Let's go back to here. If we look back towards Sol, which is up there, right there. There's Sol. Good old Sol. Between here and there, between here and there, there's a few systems. Slink's Eye. That's a cool system name. Apparently I've been there before. Sorry, I'm distracted. I just want to know what this looks like. Oh, did you see that? Hold on. I just want to look at this. Revolutionary Slink's Eye. It should be called the Eyeballs. Liberals. Shut up. Okay. I'll be quiet. Anyways, this asteroid belt here. Alright. Wait, let's go back to the description. I saw something interesting. Slink's Eye. Where'd you go? Apparently it's Slink from Toy Story. And they dedicated a system to him in the form of an eye. This place is interesting to me. I'll get back to that in a second. Find Slink's Eye. Hold on. That was weird. Slink's Eye. Okay. Slink's Eye. And go to here. Origin Systems United are dedicated to the research of alien species. Alright. Great. Good for you, I guess. I thought it was. I thought that this said quickly that this system was originated from alien species, but it didn't say that. Having said that, why did they choose this area to look for that? Remains to be seen. But anyways, they're sort of in the way, not in the way, on the way from Sol. Where's Sol? It's over here. It's not a straight shot at all, but it's there. Having said that, the ship, if we target Sol, oops, I forgot to target Sol. It's not directly behind the ship, as I had expected it to be. If we target here, if we look behind the ship, let's see, where is it behind the ship? If you're stuck inside of the spacecraft here, put your landing gear down and up. It'll jostle you free. Whenever I get stuck in anything, apparently landing gear gives you a temporary no clip. And you're able to get in and out of stuff. Having said that, I've been able to get inside of things that way too. So if you want to try to get further into something, be my guest and try to do it that way too. So okay, so we're behind the spaceship here. Yeah, tag art. I just told these guys in the open here. Try your landing gear. It no clips you for a sec. Okay, so Sol's over here, right? Right about there. And then let's look on the outside of the ship just to see the orientation of the deal here. But it's gone. I lost it. Okay, there it is. So how many degrees is this of anybody have a protractor here? We could do how many degrees the difference is it is here. Um, yeah. So they did say in the thing that they're lost. I first took it as they're lost because they lost Monroe. Monroe being their doctor, and she was like, "I have all your prescription drugs and needs." Oh wait, she was an epidemiologist, so I have all your lotion. Everyone's getting chapped lips now and chaffed armpits. And they're like feeling really lost because of that. But also because she was, the lead researcher on this whole like pathogen thing. I digress. So they said that they're lost. Does that mean that I doubt they were on a straight shot from Seoul? That they're just going out there. I'm sure their flight path was like a curved one. Hey, the ship arrived at systems from Seoul, but changed course each planet. Yeah, that's what I figured. Yeah, yeah, because it'd be pretty boring just to just to go straight from somewhere and just arrive there, arrive at whatever's in front of you. So they probably it curves around, much like when you're in an airplane and you're trying to go from here to Tokyo. You don't just fly through the earth. You have to take considerations of what's in front of you and what's around you. But so on the way from here to Seoul though, there still is like a cone of area where they could have passed through. And I wonder if on the way if there's any. That's why the if there's any areas like this place over here. This is extraction, right? So they have a belt here, right? There's some asteroids there. Now of course asteroids don't have to exist in a belt. They could just be like, you know, be wherever willy nilly. That's why the ship logs are interesting to me, and to know how far apart they are of like when they contracted this thing with Gottlieb. Gottlieb. Does that mean like God love in German? Um, and when they started getting like the flu over here, and also like of course like how, like from here to there 9 light years. Like how long? I doubt it was that far away. I mean not that far away. I doubt it was that long of a time. Oh, this place too. Let's see. This one's a bit closer. Does this have an asteroid? No, it doesn't. I was here and tried to activate the camera, accidentally hit boost, and died. Let's look at the cameras. He's not Frontier. Someone's not Frontier. Ah, trying to find the source of plague? Well, I'll tell you guys what. I do know one thing. Our very first stream was here. And this place is interesting because, if you read it, warning, plague system. Only life-bearing body have been cornered off to native pathogens. Any ship going through here will get freaking blown up. Trade systems, alien artifacts into deep space. Alright? We have a future, spoiler alert, we do have a future space tourism episode that's going to take place here. Just because of this. And our first live stream we ever did, we did getting the this is also a what's called you need a system permit for here. And if you want to get system permit for here, you have to go here and level up with the Peregrina aristocrats. And it takes a freaking long time because missions are small and hard to come by, and a lot of these things are in these small little outposts too. So if you want to head over there and spend lots of freaking time trying to get this where am I? Thing just to, and also I've been here. I went here, I went inside here, and there's nothing so far, right? There's nothing here. There's this thing. This is the planet in question. You're not supposed to go into the atmosphere of this planet. I looked up Undine, and it's like something like a mermaid type thing. And then these Talos guys, they're interesting. There's 2 of them, and I looked up Talus on Wikipedia, and they're ancient creatures that used to protect something. I read it a long time ago and I can't remember the details. But anyways, they used to protect something. So maybe there's supposedly the checkpoints to make sure nobody goes over here. And this over here is kind of like an underworld bad guy thing. Again, we'll have to do another stream and go to Peregrina again. I'm pretty sure no one has a system permit for that. I parked that Sidewinder over here. I don't remember why, but I did. But yeah, it would be interesting to go here and explore around. And it says, because when I first went here, I tried looking in their, it says alien artifacts found in the deep space. And I went into the deep space here and couldn't find anything. But then it says moderate mineral deposits. You know, these systems don't come with a lot of descriptions, right? I mean, even the ones that are named don't say much, right? Well, look at this. Protects sectors from unknown, controls any. Interesting. I should read more of these. But this one's pretty specific and loud and clear. But anyways, why they would mention this, I don't know. But anyways, it got me thinking, maybe there's something here. Maybe we just go around, start looking around, and who knows, mine these things. Another tale is FDev gave us mining lasers that have turrets on them. Why? What are you going to use a mining laser with a turret on? You're just like, hey buddy, why don't you come with me on a really boring mining tour, right? And it's kind of weird. And then this whole thing of this pathogen being on a mineral deposit, and then anyways, I'm wearing my tinfoil hat here, and I am let me just get this guy. So I'm just thinking maybe it has a connection. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't. But it's fun to speculate, isn't it? It's kind of fun. This is a part of Elite that's fun for me right now. And the whole mystery stuff. Because before, I wasn't into the whole lore thing. I'd see the Galnet articles on before you in the launcher, and I'm like, whatever, I'm here to, you know, blow stuff up. I don't really care. But now, little by little, it sucks you in, doesn't it? It started with the CGs, the community goals, and then it goes on towards, you know, the freelance articles that people write. And then I moved on towards Reddit and stuff, and then lo and behold, now I'm freaking all part of it, doing live streams, talking about lore. So it's definitely, an acquired taste. But once you get interested in it, it's really pretty interesting. What are these guys doing over here? There's jokers. What is it? It looks like he's having a drink over here. That's a nice paint job. I wonder what paint job that is. Looks like somebody ran into me. Fluber, are you alright? Did somebody run into me? Yeah, right? It looks like an ostrich. Alright, here you go. Let's see. Mars, get out of the engine. Oh, Crash is here. I was reading what you were saying, Crash. I didn't realize it was you. Welcome. Let's see here. Anybody else saying here? Read somewhere they traveled half the speed of light, says Fluber. So it was lost about 100 years into his journey. Alright. 100 years into his journey. I wonder what the source for that is. Because I'd like to know that for certain. More for curiosity's sake. Because again, what's really intriguing to me is the journey that these guys must have had. Because right now we only have the logs of what went wrong, you know? What kind of exciting things did they find? What kind of like fun games did they make up as, you know, like a little culture in here? That sort of thing. Like, let's see here. Turn the light up here. Looks like an umbrella thing here. I wonder if this went up and down. It'd be pretty funny if like you scan something and accidentally activates this. And it goes in and out. I wonder which way the umbrella went though, because these things look like in the way. Like, did it fold in or did it fold out? like a broken umbrella would. Because it has a shield on this side too. Having said that, let's see. Are there any micro meteor strikes on this side of the shield? No. So maybe it folded in like a regular umbrella. Whoops, I'm crashing. Okay, I made it. Vroom. I invited him. I don't understand what's going on. Quad. Invite. I'm trying to invite you, bud. Wing request sent. There we are. Alright, let's see here. Yeah, these missions are pretty nuts. They got some ones going on nowadays with Mars. They're talking about going to Mars on a one-way trip and setting up a colony there. And I guess as humans, we do that quite often, haven't we? We set across the oceans. Rehope's going for a dip over here. We go across the oceans, across the seas, whether it be the Pacific or the Atlantic, and we try to set up camp on faraway places. A lot of people are like, "Oh, it's kind of dangerous to do that, isn't it? Going to Mars, you know, it's a one-way trip. Like, what's the point, right? What is your life worth that?" But I suppose they're thinking, you know, humanity's worth it, right? Seeing what's going on out there, trying to further our species out into the unknown. And I suppose for these guys, it was much the same thing. That it was like headed up by Club Med, and like the accommodations here were like, it's amazing, like freaking free internet, free Slurpees. You just go anywhere. You know, they've genetically modified Slurpees to like never give you a brain freeze, and so like, you just drink them all day long. You're like, this is the best. Thank goodness we left Seoul. Maybe those were their reasons. We don't know. But in any case, like my family got to America in the 1600s in Massachusetts, and a lot of those ships that left England didn't. I mean, a lot of them, you know, most of them made it over here, but it wasn't like this, where like you're spending centuries on a ship, right? But even then, you're going to a place you don't know. You don't know the fauna. You don't know the flora. You certainly don't pay much attention to the locals. But look at this guy grinding away. Looks like the when they do the countdown for ignition and they spray out the little sparks. Watch out, you might cause something to light up over here. But you get there and you're setting up camp, and you have to endure seasons. You have to endure famines and whatnot. Over here, you're in a ship. It's pretty much the same thing day to day. So I guess that's a difference. Besides one being space and the other one being land. But a lot of those original colonies didn't make it. They died out. Whether to the weather, to the inhabitants, or to disease, much like these guys. I mean, how many of us played Oregon Trail and died to dysentery? You know, I'm raising my hand right now. Well, not right now, but because I'm flying, but right now because. Anyways, is there more of these ships? Supposedly, someone's data mined and found that there's possibly 10 more of these out there. Now, in lore, there's 70,000 of these sent out. 70,000, if you can believe it, right? And that's a freaking lot of ships. Were they all this size? I don't know. I doubt the first ones were this size, right? Or maybe they were. Maybe these are. Maybe this is a small one. Just because 70,000. I mean, how many people is that? I mean, how many knuckleheads are gonna sign up for this venture? I better point away from Rehope before I accidentally fire. Oh! Whoops. I didn't realize you could fire while facing away. I'm sorry. How many knuckleheads sign up for this stuff? That there's 70,000 of these ships going out there. Does anybody know how much crew possibly, if that was ever said in lore? Having said that, this is the first time. So Elite's been around since '84, right? And they've mentioned these ships since the beginning. And this is the first time that they've showed up in game. So all the old timers who have been playing this game, I know Turgeon has been playing this game since it first came out. I wonder how many folks out back then were looking for these old ships, and whether or not David Braben, Mr. Braben, put these ships in the game back then. If he didn't, massive troll, right? But in any case, knowledge of them were around. I remember when I first started this game, people were like, "Where are the generation ships?" Like when the mega ships came out in this last beta. We saw the mega ships. We're like, "Oh, are those generation ships? Are they those?" And then we started started seeing Fisher's Rest and some other ones. Turns out, no, it's not the generation ships. But here we are, these ones. A little bit more interesting, and I don't mean to belittle this at all, but the ships that they found out there in the Formidine Rift, that's pretty cool. I would love to go out there, but we stream from the bubble so everybody can make it, and we do space tourism episodes in the bubble so everyone can visit the places we go to. But man, it would be really neat to see that ship, because that ship's pretty cool. It has like 2 giant engines on the side of it, or giant engines on the side. I don't know if there's 2 of them, but I saw Shibuka's video, which everybody's watching, which is great because that is a fantastic video. If you haven't seen Shibuka's video on the mega ship out there in Formidine Rift, you need to watch that like right now. Like turn this stream off and go ahead and watch that, because it's pretty chilling. I would say even more chilling than this place, because whatever happened out there can still happen. Like it's sort of in present day, right? Requesting a wing invite. You got it, bud. You got it. Here we go. You want an invite? You got one. Get in here. Mars, poor Giraffe. Give the poor man a nervous breakdown. Who said that? Poor Giraffe, give the man a nervous breakdown. What are you talking about? Am I missing something? Nope, I really wish you could do an EVA or dock walk around the side. Yeah, that's why I said at the top of the hour. I could link you a bit on generation ships. Pretty intense series. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, link it. If it's not showing up here, link it in our Discord in the media section. We have a Discord, by the way, and we like to chat about this kind of stuff all the time. We have a thing in there. We have multiple channels set up for it. Oh, looks like a lot of you guys are in the live stream thing, so you guys are hearing me live as things happen. Vortex is in China, so you want to join? Okay, Vortex, have fun out there. I've been in China one time, and it was lots of fun. But having said that, it was really hard. Food-wise, I was like, "Where's the nearest McDonald's?" Like they told me after a week you'll be craving McDonald's. Like, no, I'm a cultured person. Whatever. I don't care. Like a week and a half in, I'm like in Beijing, being like, "Where the hell is McDonald's?" And I found one. And it was like an embassy, and I got there and I ran into Canadians over there, and we're like chatting and we're like exchanging phone numbers because this was before Facebook. We're like, "Oh, let's talk to each other back. We're in America. Oh, it's great." America being the continent, and we just made instant friends just because we were like North Americans in China at a McDonald's. Who knew? But hopefully you're from Germany, so maybe you're at a Donner place, loading up on Turkish food. I don't know. Let's see here. Yeah. Let's do some stunts. Let's look at these. Look at more of these the comments here. Would want to walk inside. Obviously. Alien virus probably still alive. It could, but as long as we don't rip our pants like scientist Knucklehead, we're fine, right? It's my English. It's crap, and I'm English. Rusty swords. Thanks for the update. Let's see. Geez, I'm really thinking about selling one of my kidneys so I could upgrade my rig to play this. You know, my rig isn't that great. You can tell in our videos, in our space tourism videos, you can tell when I'm the one filming because it's kind of choppy. My joystick is about 15 years old. Let's see. I think the most advanced thing I have on my rig, which I don't have on right now, because I don't want to make you guys sick, is this thing here, the head tracker. Um, Head tracker IR. I use that, and it's great, especially in dogfights. It's fantastic to look around. Like people, use VR and stuff, and I don't have one of those headsets. I don't think my computer can handle it. But yeah, you do need a nice computer to like run certain aspects of the game, like like ultra quality and stuff. Um, but I do pretty well with medium quality. So go ahead and I think there's a demo version of the game. I'm not sure if Elite is still in the chat. If there's a demo version that this kid can like download and try out, see if his system can take it, I'd suggest doing that. But I don't know offhand if there is one or not. Xbox 360 controller works better than any joystick. Crash says the ship is not a gen ship. Yeah, it's not a gen ship. It's it was sent out there to do something, and then they got screwed over royally. Again, check out Shibuka's channel for that. Lots of more details on how they found it and what the ship is all about there. Highly recommend that. Wing invites. Why are you inviting me to Wing? You're here. Quad is here. Let's see who we got. Zoe, Zintha, Unreal J. This J is so unreal. Summerale fan. I don't know. MSK2 MSK2PL. Summerale fan. Like Xavier. Every time I see this name, I want to say Sylvanus, but it's Sylpharena Bennett. And Fluber, of course. And Rehope. And Quad. And you wouldn't notice me asking you anywhere for an invite. Okay. Who's this? Hey, bud. Nice gold. You know the thing about the gold? Sorry to go onto a tangent here. But the thing about the gold, I like the gold paint jobs. But you can't tell they're gold most of the time, because they take whatever color the star is. So if you're on a blue star, it just looks like it's like a blue chrome. But a lot of these chrome and oh, cool. ORP torpedo. I wonder what that means. Old role-playing torpedo. He's role-playing as a torpedo, everyone. But the chrome and the gold paint jobs, they look a lot better on ships that have kind of like contour to them, like rounded, kind of like an adder. Having said that, the Corvette looks amazeballs with the chrome paint job, so I'd recommend that. Oh wait, you can't, because you can't buy it because it's from the Christmas special. Man, this thing is dark, isn't it? The problem with taking pictures of this and making a thumbnail was I had to take it into Photoshop and beef up the shadows, because this thing is hard to see. And another thing, it's hard to get it all in one go, right? So another thing, if you're doing screenshots, guys, one of my favorite things to do is just use the let's see, go into this, right, and just zoom in, right? Especially when it's something big like this, it compresses the image in terms of distance. Like things that are far look relatively are more true in their relative size to things that are close. So like when you see pictures of the moon, and like there's like a wolf howling and the moon's like enormous, that's how they do it. They get really far away from the wolf and they zoom in on the moon and they put the wolf between the moon and the camera, and it looks hella big. So if you ever wondered in photography how they do that, that's how they do it. But in the same way, you can get a lot of cool effects by just zooming in on things here. Well, alternatively, you make things look really freaking small by zooming out. Let's see here. I wonder if I can fly through this like this. Probably not. Let me try to do it from the cockpit. Oops, push wrong button. Let's do some stunts here for a second here. Let's do like that. All right, let's do this. All right, let's go. Let's go for a spin, guys. Is that right? Am I in control now? No. Am I in control now? All right, let's do this. The Orca has a really I'm switching gears now. I'm going to be talking about the camera here, but the Orca has a really interesting internal camera because the setup of their camera is a bit different than the other ships. Because usually when you go behind the pilot, you're behind and to the right of the pilot. But in this case, I'm behind and to the left of the pilot. That might not mean much to you, but when when you're filming and you're trying to do a shot like this, and you're trying to make everything look the same, you definitely can tell then. Whee! By the way, if you're wondering how I'm doing this, see that little square there? That's where you're pointed at. So you just want to keep pointing at that with that little square. I lost the ship. And that's how you don't crash into things. And so if you want to like fly and have fun and do crazy stunts, use that little square there. I lost the generation ship. I'm trying to find it again to fly through it. But let's see here. Where is it? I'm lost. Can't wait to get Corvette. I'm instant rank at the moment. Well, you're gonna have to wait with instant rank. At the moment, I am at, let's see. Oops, I'm at lieutenant. So I'm quite a few away, but not that far. I just don't have the patience to do it. Is that the generation ship there? Yes, it is. It's so dark out here, I can't see it. Which adds to the whole mystique of this thing, because it's so dark. It's so, like, it's interesting that Frontier, like, put this in a situation that it would look like. Now, what I'm saying here are words in English, but they make sense in a moment. Here I go. I elaborate. Space is dark, isn't it, right? Now, a really cool feature like this, especially something that everyone's kind of looking for, other games, I feel, would put it in somewhere kind of brightly lit, maybe right next to a star, so everyone can see it, or at least easily found, or in a place that's lit up. But this is exactly how you would imagine a derelict ship to be, like just out in the middle of freaking nowhere, far away from a star, really dimly lit, and if you want to talk about immersion, that's pretty immersive. And I applaud Frontier for that, because holy hell, like there's a lot of details here on this, especially on this fan here, that you don't see because it's in the dark, and you just have to like immerse yourself, kind of like when you're going scuba diving, and you just have to go in there and see what it's all about. And of course, when you get there, there's details on here. Oops. You turn your lights on. Like these little things, these little doodads. Okay, another question I had, if you guys know. So this little impact here, obviously is spot on, right? It's like bang bang, right? But this one over here looks like it's hit on a glance, like it's hit sideways. So, and it does look like these things do retract. So I wonder at what points, sometimes it hit and it went that way. Were these fans at an angle when that happened? Because obviously there's some that just hit spot on, right? Or is it just that they were going forward and they hit here and just dribbled down this way? Don't know. Don't know. But yeah, this is all these details here that I'm really fascinated on. Like apart from the data logs, right? Apart from the data logs, there's just so much else to look at, and just like try to figure out like these things here, these little like things in the front of the ship. I'm back. Are we back? Are we back? I'm back. I hope I'm back. Yeah, I'm live. It says I'm live on TV. Not TV, but the whoa! Thing here. Okay. Let's slow this down. Also guys, if you don't know about the camera suite, So you go ease in, ease out. You can also go really freaking fast. You can change the speed at how fast you're going. Just find the hotkey for that, and go for it. Let's look at here. What do I have it on? See, it says speed right there. So if I want to get a nice ease, I go like this. Especially if I want to do like pans like this. But if I want to like just rush around or make the pan a little bit faster, I increase the speed like this. If I want to make it really freaking fast, it's like whoa. But of course, you know, you run the risk of just like not seeing anything. But also, I use this to just get further away from the ship, because ease in here. And once again, do the closest thing to an EVA we can do in the game. And look at these guys here. Now you get the signal lost once you lose what's called line of sight with your ship. The lights are flickering over there, or it's on fire. No, it can't be on fire. They need to fix it. Apparently they didn't get energy efficient light bulbs, because that one is just flickering away like it's no tomorrow. No, wait. No, you know what it is? I wonder if it's that or if I'm too close and it's picking up my... No, it's not. I'm not too close. Having said that, this thing's flickering away. So maybe it's picking up the reflection of this. The texture is picking up the reflection of that. And it's showing up there. Because it's not showing up on this... Yeah, see? It goes up and down. Zoom in. Looks like doom in there. I think because my settings aren't set to ultra. It just looks like the hidden doom level in there. Or maybe it's Duke Nukem. Look at these giant wires. People are lighting this place up like it's 4th of July. This looks like one of the towers you see in a lot of European countries. A lot of European countries have these giant towers in their cities. Munich and Berlin are one of them. A couple of them, where they got these giant towers. I never been in one, but you always see them from afar, and they're very like ominous looking. Looks like this is glass. I don't know. It looks glassy. No, it's just the metal. See if there's anything on this thing. It's really cool, like looking at ship models. Usually I do this by myself. And I'm not wasting everybody's time on the internet to like join me looking at things. But I like looking at stuff like this. And just looking at textures and stuff. Because it's neat. It's neat to see the love that goes into games, the art that goes into games. Roger Ebert famously said that video games are not art. Some people agree to that, some people disagree. But there's definitely art in video games, isn't there? Everybody's over here, having a pew-pew time. Now I thought for sure we'd have some company, because a lot of times on these first days of exploring stuff like this, we run into some knuckleheads trying to give us some wet willies. Much how we found when we went to the Ancients. And we ran into that was my fault on part of being the leader of a stream here. I went there the first day. We always play an open, by the way. So if you want to stream a snipe, go. You're more than welcome. Especially now since nothing else is happening. But we had the SDCs show up at the site of the Ancients, one of the ancient sites. And everyone died except for me for the longest time. I gave him a chase. I was in my SRV and we had a nice little like cat and mouse chase, and that was lots of fun. I had a really great time. I mean, let's look in here. And but I felt bad for everybody else, because I don't know if everyone else expected something like that to happen. Let's see here. Let's see if there's any access ports and stuff. It's like earlier we looked at the cargo containers over there, those 18-wheeler cargo containers, and they're all the same texture. I was hoping to get a key onto like what kind of stuff they had on board. But no, it's all the same texture. Again, not to take away from the work that they've done on the ship, but I just wanted to see if there's any clues I could find about what life was like on this ship, other than like these apocalyptic data logs. Apocalyptic? Is that a word? It is now. You heard it first. What we did find earlier. Sorry to orient you guys. What we did find earlier was a giant hatch over here. I'll move my ship to get there. Ship! Go that way! There we go. Move my ship over there so I don't have to get out of camera. Very good, ship. Yeah, somewhere over here. Yeah, right here. Alright, ship. Go ahead and stop. Let's point our flashlight over here. Yeah, right there. Let's look here. So there's a uplink there. But over here, and there's this crane over here that sort of telescopes, right? It is oriented like this. And then get the camera. There we go. Looks like it like reaches out to get stuff, and then it pulls it into this hatch over here, right there. Because it looks like that goes out over there. Let's go in there. I mentioned this before, but I just wanted to look at it again. Can somebody turn me into a girl? There's a phone app for that now. It's called Face App. You can turn yourself into a girl. Just so you guys know. Somebody asked in the chat, and so I had to answer. I'm here to answer most of your questions. Or respond to them. Oh great, somebody's in the freaking way. Are you serious? Alright. Hold on, let me just move the ship. Move the ship here. Boop. There we go. Alright. It's back to looking. Yeah, it looks like this thing popped out and retracted. And then maybe they had a little crane over here and pulled stuff in. Maybe this is where it all started. I don't know. Like, you know, they do their EVAs from over here and they go back in this way. It was like old heat sinks. Like, warning, don't touch. Like, people are out here, you know, quite often enough where like they have to put like these caution tape things over here. It's like, these are very hot. If you happen to be out here in space, don't touch this. I don't know. Let's see. Plastic surgery, hormone treatment. March, can you play the logs if you haven't so already? Also, what group are we in? I'm not in a group. Always an open, guys. We're always in open. We film in open. We stream in open. We die in open. Together. So, if you ever want to join the group, just hope you're really lucky with the instancing. Have I played the logs? We did. But, some of you are just getting here. So, also, if you want to friend me, I will accept. I'm going to just play the first one and the third one, because that gives us the gist of what happened here. Because a lot of you guys were here at the beginning of the stream to hear what happened. But just to recap for you guys just joining in, here's the first log, and then we'll go to the third one, because those are the most telling of what had happened.
Positions log 2379/2. Nothing out of the ordinary to report. Minor injuries, aches, and pains from the more vulnerable crew members, and the usual bout of influenza you'd expect with so many people living in such close confines. It seems the current strain of influenza is becoming resistant to the vaccines we've developed on board. Only thing of note was a minor injury to one of the survey team. Gottlieb sustained a minor laceration. He was taking a mineral sample on a nearby asteroid. But he managed to apply an emergency seal before anything serious happened. I only hope the sample he took was worth the scar it's gonna leave.
So Gottlieb, Mr. Bonehead, fell down. He dropped he sneezed or something, because everybody's having an influenza attack anyway on the ship. People's immune systems are already down. Then he I don't know, maybe he was doing some jumping jacks, or maybe he was trying to high five somebody and slipped and slapped the asteroid he was mining, and the asteroid cut open his suit and cut him up. So yeah, then something else happens. Let's go to it.
Physicians log 2463/5. Dr. Monroe made a discovery that has filled me with dread. This contagion doesn't derive from the influenza epidemic. It's altogether more alien than that. The contaminant has no human origin. It comes from Gottlieb, the scientist who was injured a few days ago. Whatever mineral he was taking a sample of must have got into his blood. It's mutated into some kind of virulent pathogen. Monroe is unable to isolate the microorganism that's causing it. It spreads fast. Quarantine hasn't worked and people are starting to panic. We're doing our best to come up with a counteragent, but I'm not sure we have the resources.
Yep. And as you can probably guess, it just goes it's just a one trip ship to Imperial to Frowntown after that. And that's pretty much it. Gottlieb got a little bit of a everyone had a flu already, and then Gottlieb got some kind of pathogen in the system. And I don't know if everyone's immune systems were already down, and then it gave chance for this microorganism to take advantage of that, and then everything just went downhill from there. And that was it. The last log, I'll let you, if you haven't been here already, and if you weren't here at the beginning of the hour, beginning of the stream, see the rest of that yourselves, because it's pretty chilling, and it sucks. Because imagine, like again, I was saying, your grandparents tell you like, oh, it was so great, you know, your great grandpappies are like telling you like, oh yeah, when we took off from Seoul, you know, everyone's giving us, you know, parades and like, you know, kissing us and telling us, oh, Godspeed, young man. And now I'm just happy to see you're carrying on that tradition. And you know, he dies and goes away. And then you know, you fall on a rock. Somebody in your party falls on a rock and gets everyone killed. And you're thinking, oh man, you know what? Why me? Why did it have to be this ship? And who knows? Maybe these guys had close calls so many times, and this small one thing is the thing that gets them. Interesting. These ones are white, right? These ones are white over here. Whilst these ones are orange. I wonder why that is. Is it so that way if you're doing like... We are back. We're back. Crash is on his way over here. Is Mars dead again? No, I'm back. I'm back. I can still see the chat. Crash is on his way. Crash, I don't think we're friends in game. If you want to friend me, go ahead, bud. We got about 45 minutes left. I've never met Crash, but I've seen his streams. It'd be kind of cool to meet him. Let's see here. I should friend him. I don't know how to spell his name. Group hug. Yeah, let's do a group hug. Everybody, let's do a group hug over here. Let's go towards the front of the ship for a group hug. You gotta do second boost or you run into that thing. There we go. That's the cool thing I like about orcas, is that their boost basically gives you a temporary FA off feel. Like you can like just like do a hairpin turn with the boost. Uh-oh, it's not gonna be happy. There we go. Okay. Be quick on those shields. Let's do a group hug over here. No, I take it back. Sorry guys. I take it back. Let's go back to the engines. Only because it's better lit. Alright? I'm a photographer by trade. So these things bug me if something's not well lit. Let's do a group hug on this side of the thing. Let's see. Let's go by the engines. The engines are cool. I'm gonna look at the engines so you see my butt. And also so that way they're lit. And everybody just crowd around. Yeah, there we go. That'd be nice. Don't get it. Didn't work for me. Oh, somebody asked, what about space tourism? Yeah, we have a new episode. It will come out either this Thursday or sometime else. We have a new episode coming out. Now, keep in mind, these episodes take 2 weeks to make. One to write the script. No, a whole week to write the script. We gotta write the script, do revisions, do filming, and filming nowadays take even longer because we have more camera angles we can use with the new camera suite. Like people kept telling us, "Oh man, your lives are going to get so much easier now that you have the camera suite." When in fact, no, our lives get a lot more complicated because there's so many more options. Which I am not complaining about. Like our next episode is all external. It'll be our first episode that we just have all external cameras because we can do it, and it was lots of fun to do. So yeah, we film it, we voice act it, or Sparks voice acts. Well, in this case, we had to do the voice acting separate because usually we do everything. What's it called? An improv, and but this one, because everything was external, we had to do it. We had to like plan what we said. So we do that, then we do edits, and then we have another conference call for those edits, and then we reshoot things we need to reshoot, and editing takes a long time. And sometimes you screw up a shot, and sometimes you have to do the same shot maybe 7 times. It might only last for like a half a second, but you take the time to get that shot, that angle right. Because a lot of times we're doing stunts, or a lot of times we're doing something so that way it matches up with the previous scene, so things have to line up exactly. Like when we did some of our battlecruiser stuff. Hey, my landing gear's down. How embarrassing. Our battlecruiser stuff. We had to make sure the same battlecruiser was in every shot. So like sometimes sparks would get blown up, and we'd have to redo the entire thing. But we got to a certain point in the video where like one of us had 13% hull, so we had to like get ourselves a 13% hull again and get the same battlecruiser, and those things take time. And it's lots of fun for us, and we're really appreciative of you guys being so excited, and like really can't wait for our episodes, and that really gets us going, and that gets us to want to finish these episodes as fast as possible. But they're coming. Don't worry, guys. Let's see. Have you not been sniped yet? Not directly. No, we haven't been sniped yet. We haven't been sniped ever. We ran into SDC just because they happened to be there at the Ancients, as we were talking about earlier. But no, I'm hoping for that, because our cruise line is called Combat Cruises, and it's not for just for shits and giggles. Like, we do expect there to be bloodshed in some of these live streams, but unfortunately it's been quite friendly and civil. But one day we'll have it. Will the episodes still sound as natural and off script without improvisation? Yes, mostly because a lot of the things that we're doing, Sparks doesn't know what we're doing. So like there's a guideline of what we want the episode to be about, but a lot of times Sparks, we keep him in the dark as to what's going on. But in this new episode, there's a new character, so we'll see if his reactions are any good. Let's see if we keep him. But yeah, there we go. Was inspiration for the space tourism videos? Mainly that there's a lot of cool stuff in the game. Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff out there, and we want to show it to you guys, but we don't want to make like a top 5 things to look at in Elite Dangerous. We want to give you guys like a story, so that way when you go there, you'll be like, oh cool, I remember something happened here and I want to look at it. And so that way it feels a little bit more personal when you go there. I mean, these places are pretty cool already. Like this place, right? Let's go in the cup. Let's all go in the cup. Um, but it just adds that much more. Like, I'm a fan of the Yogscast, and when they had their Shadow of Israel map downloadable, and I went into the map, like, it meant so much more than just like a world download. Uh, because it was like, oh, I know this place. I've seen it. I feel like I've been here. You know, it feels like it's a real place, even though it's all virtual. Like, all this stuff is virtual, right? There aren't real places, but real things did happen with people. People had real experiences, as we are having one here in this giant cup, like 15 commanders, one freaking cup here. But and that's what we wanted to do. And also, at the time, there was no tourism content, and we thought we'd have a laugh and we'd make tourism content for something that didn't exist. Um, Now that tourism does exist, it's funny because we've never done a actual tourism mission in game. Um, Mostly because I haven't had time to play the game. We're always filming, so anytime I have that's free, I'm either making episodes or editing, um, or doing live streams. So I haven't had a chance to play with the actual content that we were hoping for so long to get. But yeah, that's where we got. That's where it comes from. How do you help us make the space tourism videos? Well, if you go on our Discord, soon enough we're gonna need some folks joining us for some. We need some extras, right? So we haven't done so yet, but the time will come where we need a crap ton of extras, and the Discord is where we'll be making it known. We might mention it in Twitter, but the reason why we use Discord is just that we can continue the conversation, right? It can be it won't be just like, hey everyone, meet up in this place for this event or this thing that we're doing. It'd be like, meet up in this place. Oh, what place? I'm lost. Oh, here. Wing me in, and then we just have a conversation from there. And also, we have a voice channel. So the guys in Discord right now are in the live stream voice channel, so they're hearing me as things happen. And we have an adventure channel where people join up for adventures, and I oftentimes go there and I do stuff there that's just fun to do in game, and it's all an adventure thing. Everyone here is pretty cool. But a couple weirdos, but there are weirdos, you know? They've been around long enough. We're like, alright, they're part of the family, so why not? What is the Discord? Discord is kind of like TeamSpeak, where you all talk, you're able to talk and chat, but the cool thing about it, it's kind of like a community thing, so that if you have an interest, it's not just for for Elite, it's for other games too. I belong to a Discord for World of Warcraft guild that I'm in, and we just chat there. We don't even talk about game stuff. Sometimes I just log on to there and I talk with my friends there, and or I just get updates on what's been going on. It's almost like a mini Reddit. Like Xavier wants to wing me. I don't know why. But anyways, there's a link to it in the description. Thanks, Millstone. Sorry, sorry if I didn't think that you didn't. I assumed you didn't know what Discord was, but a lot of people don't. So hopefully we answered that question for those who didn't ask that question. In any case, the link to our Discord is in the description. I think it's a permanent invite thing, so hopefully you guys can join in. If it's not, let me know, and I'll change it right away. All right. Let me get some screenshots. This whole time I'm telling, hey everybody, go over here for some screenshots. Let me get a screenshot. Screenshot. Okay, here we go. Pulling out. Oh yeah, there's a prison ship. Let's see. There's a prison ship about 80 light years away. I don't know if you guys want to go towards the prison ship right now. We have about half hour left in the stream. We've seen pretty much all we can see from this. Crash said he was on his way over, but I don't know if he's coming or not. But in any case, if you guys want to go to what's my command name? It's Mars Europe. Here we go. Europe. There we go. Platter, are you on the way? Plater, sorry. We had a live stream with Commander Plater, the Zencast, and he mentioned that a lot of people call him Platter. And ever since then, I cannot get it out of my head that his name is not Platter, it's Plater. It's like one of those things where like you hear something once and then you second guess yourself. Like in high school, I was in charge of saying the Pledge of Allegiance every day. And one day, I forgot a line in the Pledge of Allegiance, and my teacher says, "Hey, you know, on Monday you forgot this line." I go, "Oh, silly me, right?" And I'm like, "Okay, I won't forget." You know, the next day, it was so good. Tuesday comes along, and I start practicing it, and I'm like, "Wait a second." Line by line, I start forgetting it. Kind of like when you wake up from a dream and you start forgetting scene by scene what you dreamt about. It was like that with the Pledge of Allegiance. I forgot the entire Pledge of Allegiance, and I just stood there with a microphone in front of everybody in the assembly. And I look over to the student body president, and I say, "I've forgotten the Pledge of Allegiance." And he's like, "What?" I go, "You're gonna have to take over because I can't do this right now." And we all have a big laugh, and they're like, "Oh, classic you." But in any case, let's see here. Every damn time, Mars. Now, engine starts and they all explode. That'd be hilarious if that happened, right? If FDev was watching and he goes like, you know, these jokers just sticking their heads in the exhaust in the business end of a rocket. These all are shimmery. I like how they shimmer. I'm like a raven. I'm like distracted by shiny things. Alright. Let's go take a quick look. It's kind of done over here, right? Crash. Alright, Crash. Awesome. Crash. Me and Crash are friends. This is fantastic. Fan of the stream. This is cool. Let's see here. Moves all pips to WEP. Why? What's gonna happen? Is Crash here? Let's see here. Who's in system? Nope. Alright. Hey, so where is the MC lightsaber? See if he's there. Where is this so-called place? Is it over here? Is this the place with the prison ship? Because we do have an episode coming up where we need a prison colony and be a lot funner. I don't know, is it there? Oops. See, Thargoids are gonna kidnap us all. Illuminati killed him. Xavier. Janji. Is that where I need to go? No, I need to go to Ponepet. Alright, let's go to Ponepet, everyone. Ponepet it is. Ponepet. Alright, let's check this out. Alright, guys. Unknown ship. Don't freak out. You know, I wonder if we're able to find out what killed these guys. Oh, Lord, 15. Sorry. I couldn't help myself. If we find out what killed these guys and we weaponize it and do like a War of the Worlds thing where we just give it to the Thargoids and they die. Hey Mars, I see you're recording live. That's right. Let's see here. I thought this was Elite Dangerous. Which one of you is the master behind the channel, Sparks and Mars? It was Sparks' idea to do episodes. And then we both came up with the idea of space tourism. But it was his idea to start the channel. I didn't want to because oh dear. Just because I do video and photography IRL and I didn't want to do that then and when I'm playing a game. But then we did a couple of videos and we're like, well, we'll just make joke videos. We'll make videos, we'll make tutorials that make no sense to anybody. But they'll be really funny. And then we did space tourism just as a joke for Reddit. And ping, says Crash. And then people liked it. And so we're like, alright, let's keep doing this. And here we are. 12,000 subscribers later, we're still doing the same joke. See you later, Rehope. Yes, we're listening to Mars. I don't think me and Sparks' voice are that similar. But yes. Yes, this is Mars. Oh dear. Oh dear. Yeah, Mars Europe also is a character in space tourism. So there is that difference. And I'm sorry if you're confused. Okay, we're almost there. The pwn pet, where they pwn all the pets over there. There's like, where am I going? I'm going to pwn pet, Olive, and I'm gonna go look at the prison ship. I like one large pizza, please. Is it joint channel? Well, no, yes and no. I mean, there's two of us, right? So it's me and Sparks. And so I guess, I mean, we don't have separate channels. And sorry, I misunderstood the question. But in any case, there's two of us. Yes. All right, let's find this thing. Dun dun. Compromise nav beacon. Vo is there. It is. Prison ship. All right. It's gonna be cool. Okay, see now this. Now let's take this for comparison. This prison ship is right next to the star, right in front of everything. And let's see how well lit it is. Because that makes sense for a ship like this, right? And for the generation ship, it's out in the middle of nowhere. And that makes sense for what it is. I don't know, I'm just really impressed that Frontier does the thing where, like, yeah, you would find a prison ship, I mean not prison ship, what's it called, ship, just in the middle of nowhere. It's not well lit. You have to bring your own flashlights. Make sure you have spare C batteries, because for some reason flashlights only work with C batteries. And have fun. And anyways, that to me, the detail to no detail is kind of fun. Oh my goodness, that's a planet. I could not move. That was weird. Well, good thing for these emergency brakes, eh? Everything got weird and I couldn't move. Millstone Barn. Selecting was so funny. Yeah, right. Lol. Now that I know that, I just have to know how many ships do shenanigans destroyed by now. How many ships? Well, let's take a look. We can answer that question right away. Let's see here. Oops. Let's see. Wait. There we go. 106 insurance claims. Don't know how many of those are orcas, but yeah, quite a few. Sparks, I think, has even more than that. Just because for the longest time, I'm in the orca. I have a whole rating of 1 billion, and then Sparks is usually in, like, say a vulture or a courier. Although a lot of those deaths were when we were doing the Space Taxi series, and I was in a hauler, and we tried doing the whole series with the hauler at 1%, because the first episode I escaped at 1%. They're like, let's keep doing this at 1%, and after a couple of sessions of recording, we're like, we just can't do this. Especially having. Okay, here we are. Whoa, look at that. What? Is this just a giant engine? Oh man, oh my god, look at that. Oh, there's the engines over there. This is neat. I haven't seen this before. I know people found it, but I hadn't seen it before. Oh, they got a thing in the front too, like the other ship. What is this? Is the thing in the front like the other thing? Interessant. Look at this. Same technology. Curious. I don't know. Does anybody else? Okay, I know nothing about Prison Ship, so other than that, it's here, right? Man, look at those engines. Whoa, that looks cool. Oh, this is neat. Look at those giant tubes. Man. Whoa. Sorry, I'm just so... Hello, everyone. Oh, this isn't an entrance. This is just the front of it. What is this system? I'll update. I'll update the stream here. Let me update the system. It is spelled Ponpet. There we go. Boop. Boop. Oh, look at this. That's nuts. Alright. Giant dish. Yeah. Sunrise. Take a look at Heatseek at the front. Hold on. I just wanted to see what else people were saying. Let's see, you understood. Spoilers. Everyone is dead on Generation Ship. Yeah, we covered that. Where are we going again? We're going to look at this prison ship here, just because we looked at the other ship for about a half hour longer than we should have. Lol, Belmarsh Prison. That's the high security one. Guitars. That's interesting. The gigante dish in the front is like the one in the movie Sunrise. Whoops. Put those bad boys away. The prison ship was bound for the planet Endless Illusion. What, in game? Man, let's stick our heads in this thing now. Oh man, this is so cool. Whoa. It's like the Executor, Darth Vader ship, like the engines for that thing. Is that the scene where the crop duster pilot flies the F-16 or F-18 into the alien ship? I'm back. And the dolphin was never heard from again. Let's see. Another reason why I chose an Orca for this is that the Orca has the best thrusters in the game. Relative to its size, I should say. Oh, let's look in here. Look at this. Okay, so there's this giant thing over here. I don't know if it's a heat shield or whatever, but these guys are boned. Like, it's just stuck right out here. What's this? High wake. Just marry that Orca already. I would. Actually, I have. It's the future, and you can marry spaceships. It's gone that progressive, and I am married to this spaceship. We're married. We file our taxes jointly. Is that a thruster there? I guess that would make sense, right? It looks like the same tube company has existed for generations. It's like the same tubes as the other place. Having said that, the trucks, the flatbed truck containers. What's the name of the ship? Comforter 2. Comforter Mark II. It's called Comforter Mark II because I played a game as Mars Europe prior to this. Cargo Pod. And I played a tourist, a cruise ship captain in that game too. It was a space game, and that my ship over there was called the Comforter. So, in homage to that, this ship is called the Comforter 2, and you can see it right here. I put the name right there. I like it so much I put a name on it. Comforter 2. There you go. It looks like the Dolphin went in one engine and came out this one over here. Alright. The globe probably has a spinning interior to create at least low gravity. Globes. You don't need gravity for criminals frozen in time, never be woken from the cryo sleep again. Then why keep them around? Isn't that just a death sentence? Like, why would you keep crims in like this really expensive freezer for all time? Hey, I have a name. You have a name. Yes, but every time I see your name, I want to say Sylvanas, Windrunner. Let's see here. Man, this is a cool ship. This is a bulky ship, man. Okay, I want to look over here. Man, these heat sinks, these are nuts. That's just crazy. Hey, Veltok. Ayo, Mars. That's me. That's my name. Alright, let's go in here. Let's go in here. Tell my ship to look at. Look over there, ship. There you go. Go forward a bit. Let's go. Let's look down here. Let's use our ship to look around. Interesting. Little plug over there. Everybody's getting stuck in. Here, let's look around here. Oh, I lost eye contact. Everything's all blurry. I'm all blurry. Hold on. Just get line of sight back with the ship here. Where's my boat? It's somewhere here. I think I'm on the other side. Alright. I'll just rotate around here. Look at this. So this thing looks like it retracts back into this with that big old thing right there. I don't know, that's my guess. Oh, it must. Oh no, maybe it doesn't. Because it's got these things here. They're like a little listening post. Hi, Ghost Giraffe. How are you doing? Very good, Von Martin. Of Martin. The ship just disappeared and reappeared, but there you go. We're doing great. Having fun. We're exploring new things. Let's see here. This looks like a dock. Like, this is where you dock with the ship. You know, the Beluga was supposed to not be able to fit inside of space stations, and they didn't elaborate on how you're supposed to dock with space stations. But it'd be pretty cool if, like, you could get a shuttle, like in Star Trek, and just, like, fly to the space station. You could just act like, you know, Bones, and you're just, like, just afraid of teleporters. And it's like, I ain't scrambling my molecules. This is a solar panel. Hopefully not for the entire ship, but that's some really good solar panels. Elon Musk and and his boys at Solar City got really good. Oh wait, no, there's a giant one over here too. Alright, I want to look at this. This looks like it's straight out from Warlords of Draenor. Whoa, that looks pretty cool. Imagine having that like on your ship. It's like I have a massive heat sink here. Oh, there's my ship over there. These connectors over here. It's like one's positive, one's negative, and the other one and the other two. I forget what they're called. I wonder if they say if there's one that's like a stripy one, a blank one. I recently took apart my my DVD player, and it had like a bunch of these wires on it. I was doing it with my son. He's 4 and he's into electronics, which means he wants to take apart electronics. How are you supposed to dock over here? So we have an old VCR. I'm telling you. Once I get stuck on one word, I say it all day long. DVD player, and we took it apart because we had an old one, and we wanted to just see what was inside. And I was really intrigued by the thing that ejects the disc in and out, like the little motor thing that they got there. But he just wanted to play with like the little laser and started just shooting everything in the room. It's like, I'm shooting you with a laser. Oh, what can you expect? He plays too. Yeah, I mean he plays also. In that he can dock the ship. He can fly the ship into. For some reason this isn't line of sight, even though I can still my ship. I get a symbiotic ship over here. I'm like one of those sharks with those fish, just permanently latched on. But anyways, he can jump from system to system, hit the scanner, and fuel, and then target the next system and jump out. And he can also enter a starbase, and he's 4, so hats off to that dude. So yeah, he likes the game. It's nice because like we'll go out at nighttime, and he'll look up at a star or planet, and he'll ask, "Is that a star or a planet?" And I'll be like, "Oh, that one, yeah, that one's Venus. That's a star. I mean, that's a planet." And then he'll say, "Can we go to there?" And I say, "Sure, as soon as we go home," but I'm pretty far off. And it's kind of fun to say, just like look at a star and be like, "Hey, do you want to go there and see what it's like?" And he'll be like, "Yeah, let's go do it." So it's kind of neat. Like for him, the night sky isn't just like this screen of like stars, of things, these imaginary places, even though they're real. But he gets a sense now that they're places in a real 3D space in a universe, and it's out there. And that's definitely not a perspective I had when I was a kid, even though I played space games. And that's kind of cool. That's my deal. Hey Mars, have you tried this cam trick yet? Line up with the center of the megaship and roll your ship with FA off. Oh, no, I haven't. I wish I could buy myself a Farragut. Yeah, I wish I could buy myself a Farragut too. I live in DC. There's a Farragut Square. And every time I pass by it, I'm like, oh, there's a starship here. Let's see here. Same. Yeah, it'd be one hell of a rebuy. Oh my god. You know, I see pirates with Farragut, like pirate class, pirate Farraguts. I don't know if you guys have seen those, but somehow they've gotten their hands on them. So I don't know. I don't know if they're like a third-party knockoff of the regular Farraguts, but there you go. I want to go canyon racing there. Where? I feel like I jumped into that conversation lane. Only got around 1.5 billion in assets. Same here, bud. I got 1.5 in assets, but a lot of people have a lot more than that. I wonder if there's any trillionaires. Does anybody know if there's any trillionaires in the game yet? Man, look how big this place is. Look at the asp over there. Actually, for scale, why don't we just look at my ship too? For the crew on board this ship, they're like, what are all these commanders here? Like, are they gonna break somebody out of jail? Yeah, just look at this. Look at that. That's pretty nuts. And then the whole thing is this big. It's like we're in a basketball. We're like kids on a basketball court. Here, I'm passing it to you. Woo! Yeah, it's pretty nuts. I'll have to look more up on this place. It's pretty cool. That is huge. No doubt, it is freaking huge. Let's give a bit of an orbit over here. Oh, I can't. There we go. Still waiting for a 2.1 patch so I can use my galaxy map again. I know, right? My galaxy map, I can only use it if I'm in 1080p. If my game resolution is at 1080, I can see the galaxy map. But if I'm like in like widescreen, not widescreen, but like my normal resolution, which is bigger, I don't know what it is, I can't use the thing. So, buddy, if you want to try, dumb your resolution down to 1080p and see if that works for you. There's a cutter over there. Cutters are usually bad news in my experience. Look at the little dolphin. It's so cute. I love the dolphin. I almost love it as much as the orca, but the orca can do a couple things the dolphin cannot. And so I stick with the orca. But I love that they gave the orca a really nice what's it called? Boost. They dumbed down the hull, so I can't do my ram orca as efficiently as I used to. But I definitely trade that for what I can do with it in terms of boosting, because not boosting, of FSD jump, because I can get it up to around 40 now. If I like take a bunch of things off the ship, I can get get about 40 light year jumps, which before I was getting between 17 and 24 light year jumps. Now I get between maybe 34 and 40, which is fantastic. It's great. But in the olden days, I used to have 2 orcas, one on each side of the bubble, so that way I wouldn't have to waste time jumping to another destination that we're filming. I would just get into the other orca, and I'd get there with the with a hauler, which is why we eventually then made the Space Taxi series. The thing over here looks like pistons. Looks like a 4-valve piston thing. I wonder where they keep the prisoners, because right there it says cargo pod, right? And then over here it looks like a fortified area over there. I can't imagine they're eating that many hamburgers that they have these 2 huge cargo pods. Man, what a facility. Yeah, definitely have to plan an episode around this, because this is nuts. This is pretty cool. Let's see. Arsenio. Actually, wait. The ship might not be Coriolis G. Probably underwent G. Blah, blah, blah. Question to Mars. What interior setup would you recommend for the Dolphin? Interior setup. It depends what you're doing. Personally, I like having an SRV on the ship and a decent fuel scoop. You only have 2 lasers, so you're not really doing too much in the way of fighting. But definitely, with my I'll tell you what my Dolphin has. My Dolphin has grade 5 upgrades to the thrusters, dirty drives. It can boost pretty fast, but not as fast as my Orca. Let's see what my Orca does. And then grade 5 upgrades to the engines, the FSD engines. So it looks like I hit 85 at the most, but I can cruise around like the low 500s in my Orca. And I think my Dolphin does similar. It's slightly slower. This Orca can hit 597 if I just take everything off. Like if I take other things to make it, like if I take all this stuff off and the shield generator and some of the other stuff, it can hit 597. I want to hit 600. That'd be really fun. And of course, this is dirty drives because I want to go fast. I'd rather go fast than be able to shoot. That's my deal. Alright, see what else with Prison Break. Anyone able to find them? Who's them? Or that have a bunch of asp and cobras with radar spikes and have the ship as their HQ. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah. I thought you were gonna have have all those ships with the radar spikes, and then like they all like attach themselves to the ship and try to take it somewhere. That'd be pretty funny. That'd be pretty funny if that somehow is going to be a mechanic later on that you just make yourself spiky and like these globular things just like attached to you. I don't know. Can't seem to get the same instance. Oh, then you're gonna need to be in my wing, buddy. If you want to be in the same wing as me, oh cool, one of those pulse thingies. Who is this? Zoe. Then we're gonna have to wing up. So let's do that. If you're friends with me, then we can definitely wing up. Let's see. Are you friends with me? What's your commander name? We can try doing that. I don't know what happened to my wing. Last time I saw, there was like a wing of everyone here. Crash is here. He might be in a different instance, though. Let's try doing this. Yeah, so let me know what your name is. Having said that, we only have about 4 minutes left. Then I have to go pick up said 4-year-old from preschool. Next school year, he'll be gone for 5 days a week instead of the 3, and for 5 hours. Oh, my shields are gone. 5 hours a day. So that'd be kind of cool. That'd be give enough time, more time for making episodes and for streaming. So that'd be kind of cool. Add me, commanders. Well, I'm kind of streaming it at the moment. So if you add me, Commander Mars Europe. Go ahead and I'll accept it. No problem. But yeah, I'm gonna have to sign off in just a couple of moments here. It's really neat hearing all the ships like whiz by. Hey, Enoro, I haven't seen you in a while. Or maybe I have and I just haven't noticed. Alright guys. Look at this. The first thing I saw when I jumped into this were the engines, and I was like, am I just really close to the spaceship, or is it really that big? It's really that big. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, there's not much left to the stream, guys. So I don't want to bore you guys with the last few minutes here. Let's go ahead and call it. Alright, I'll see you guys next time. Next time we have a stream, I'll let you know in Twitter and in our Discord server. Go ahead and join Live Giraffes, the role Live Giraffe, and you'll get notices on whenever we do live streams, or in some cases when we need folks for extras for our videos. But it's been real, guys. It's been real fun having you all on, and I'll see you guys next time.